Thank you for being here. We're starting today on our knees for some upper body work. We're going into a chest expansion. So you'll start it seated back on your heels and you'll be leaning forward just a little bit. You'll stretch your arms out in front of you. Palms are facing down. Then you'll lift your hips up and forward, pulling your arms back. You'll sit your hips back to your heels, arms stretch forward, then pull back 6 more times. You'll hinge and lift. And you really want to feel like your hips are rooting back and downward so that you're not just falling forward through your upper body. 3 more. 2, at the top, feel your shoulder blades squeezing together. Last one, all the way through. Then you'll find your hinge, arms stretching forward, holding it here for what's called shaving the back of the head. You'll bend your elbows, bring your hands together behind your head. If you need to have your hands in front of your head, that's fine. You'll press your arms forward, elbows together. Try to keep your hands together, but if they need to come apart, that's okay. You'll pull your elbows wide, then press together. 6, and press. 5, 4, and leaning forward will help you clear the back of the head. So feel free to bring the chest down as much as you need to, but keep your spine long. Last 2, last 1, arms reach forward. You'll then take your arms back apart and lift yourself up into your chest expansion. Bend your elbows, palms are facing up for serving the tray. You'll reach your arms forward, pull in. Reach and pull. Emphasize the pulling back of your elbows. It's a low row, so feel your shoulder blades squeezing together and your elbows drawing into your sides a little bit. 5, 4, last 3, 2, 1 more time. You'll stretch your arms forward, turn your palms down for a front raise. You'll lift your arms up, down, lift. It's kind of like the chest expansion we started with, but you're keeping your upper body upright. As you lift your arms, feel the backs of the palms pulling back. So you're working the backs of the shoulders down the middle of the back from the top of the neck to like the bottom ribs. 4, last 3, 2 more times all the way through. Last 1. You'll lift your arms up, stay here. Lat pull, elbows bend wide, reach up. Again, kind of like one of the exercises we started with, but now you're keeping your hands apart and your emphasis is on pulling the elbows wide and down. So you're getting the muscles from pinkies to like armpit or maybe down to the waistline. 6, 5 more. I like to inhale on the way up. 4, 3, last 2, and 1 more time all the way through. You'll bring your arms out to 90. Elbows together, elbows apart. Press your palms and forearms together. 6 more times. It's the last piece here. You will definitely start to feel this in the shoulders and upper back quite a bit. 5, 4, 3 more, 2, last 1. Arms open. Now we're finding a tabletop. So you'll stretch your arms up, round forward, find the articulation of your spine, then walk yourself out into a tabletop. Rotate your fingers in, not all the way in, like to the diagonal is fine. And you want your hips to stay stacked over your knees. You're bending your elbows wide to the side, just slightly below the height of the shoulders, then pressing up. You're bending down, pressing up. I've done this before if you've been taking the classes with an articulation through the spine, and I'll sometimes call it a lion drinking water, but we're actually keeping the spine neutral. We're stabilizing the thoracic spine, so you want to feel this right in the mid-back between the shoulder blades. 6, and also focus on keeping the hips stacked over the knees. Often the hips want to pull forward. 4, 3, you're pulling the ground apart as you lower down, then pushing it together as you lift. Pull apart, push together. Let's do 1 more all the way through, then rotate your fingers forward and walk your feet back to find a plank. You might have to move here. So you're finding a plank. You'll go into a pike. Lift your hips up and back. Bend your knees if you need to. Keep your spine long. then lower your hips back down. You lift your hips up, lower your hips down. 6. Still focusing on the upper mid back. It's kind of like the front raise you did a little bit ago. 5 more here. 4. Feel the hinging of the hips, or kind of like the chest expansion. That's another really similar exercise that we already did, because the hinging is also happening at the hips. Last 2. One more time. Hips lower down to your plank. Now come down to your left knee if you need to. Right leg floats up. You pulse your right leg up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now bend your elbows lower down to your stomach, all the way down. I'm gonna move a little bit because Chucky was right there. Hands are in underneath your shoulders. Elbows are bent to the sides. When your chest is down, the right leg is up. So if you want to keep your right leg up for right now, that's fine if it's there. You'll press into your hands, look up, lift up. As you lift up, the right leg comes down. Then slowly articulate down, lifting the right leg back up. 7 more times. You look up, press into your hands, lift up, bring your right leg down, then articulate yourself back down, lifting your right leg up. You want to feel like it's going head to pelvis, pelvis to head. If you don't actually get the pelvis to lift, that's fine. You don't want to feel too much strain in the shoulders or the neck. Chucky, so do what you need to. And you do want to feel this in your triceps. So not shoulders and neck, triceps, backs of the arms. 4. 3 more times, then we'll go to the other side. 2. Last 1. You'll bring your right leg up. Lower your chest down. Now press up into a plank however you need to get there. Tuck the left toes, maybe the right toes. You can come up to your knees first if you need to. Lift up. Now bring your right leg down. We'll do a pike to transition. And then lower your hips down. Lift your left leg up. Come down to your right knee if you need to. Pulse your left leg up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. You're coming down to your stomach. However you need to get there. Left leg can be lifted as the chest is down. Then you'll press into your hands, look up, lift up. Left leg comes down. Lower yourself down. Left leg lifts up. 7 more times. Looking up, lifting up, lowering down. Now we've been on the upper body, the arms, for quite a bit. So if you're feeling a lot of work in the triceps, the shoulders, the back, that's what we're going for. If it's too much, of course, just make your range of motion smaller. Don't feel like you need to lift up too high. You're really pushing forward into the hands as you lift. There's a lot of power coming from the arms. 3, remember to look up with your eyes and your head first. 2, and 1 more time all the way through. Again, let's lower the chest down. Let's lower the left leg down. Press into your hands, lift yourself up about halfway. So your chest is lifted, but you're still on the rib cage. From here, float your hands up. It's like you're swimming. You're reaching your arms forward, circling out and around and in. Reach, circle, pull. Imagine you're diving under the waves, then over the waves. Under, over. Your legs are reaching straight back. 4, 3, 2. Nice job. 1 more time. Bring your hands down and press yourself up to a plank. However you need to get there is fine. We'll now go into a rotating star. So you'll pivot onto your left hand, rotate the feet, and reach the right arm up. You'll then bring your right hand down, come through center, twist to the other side. Left arm reaches up. Bring it down through center. Keep going. 3 more sets. And you're keeping the bottom arm straight. If you need to do this down on your knees, it's the same thing. You're rotating on the knees. 1 more set. Feel the power through the stabilizing arm. The triceps are working here as well. Last 1, all the way through. Bring it center, knees down, hips back, child's pose. Nice job. Take 2 breaths here. Maybe shaking out the shoulders a little bit if you need to. And then slowly round all the way up. And we'll go into our first side of single leg work. For your first side of single leg work, we'll start with the right leg. You'll be laying down on your left side. And you'll be all the way down on your side. Your head is resting on your bottom left arm, and your knees are bent in. And I would say in terms of setup, sit your hips back a little bit and pull the knees up towards your chest. Once you're there, bring your feet forward. So you don't have your feet tucked into your butt, you have your feet kind of forward in line with your knees. Long spine, your shoulders are stacked, your hips are stacked. I like to have the top hand down in front, but you can do whatever you need to there. You're lifting your right leg up to about hip height. You're going into a bicycle. We'll start with the bicycle pedaling forward. You'll reach your right leg out away from you. You'll then pull your right leg back. While your leg is back behind you, bend your knee, squeezing your right heel into your seat. You want to try to have your right knee out in line with your hip or behind your hip, so you're getting a stretch through your quads and your hip flexors as you squeeze your heel into your seat. You'll also feel the work in your hamstrings behind the thigh, because that's what the hamstrings do, they bend your knee. You'll then bring your knee back forward to the beginning. So you'll reach your leg out, sweep it back, bend it in, pull forward, reach it out, sweep it back, bend it in, sweep 5 more times. And again, even if you've done this before, try to emphasize the fact that your knee is bending with your leg, your thigh behind you as much as possible. 2 more times. Last one. You might notice there's kind of this undulation through the body, which is fine as long as there's not too much rocking. Last piece here, you'll bend your right knee, you'll hold it in your hamstring curl, and you'll take a quick stretch grabbing your foot. And if you can't grab your foot, that's fine. You might have to kind of like do some weird thing with your leg to grab it, that's also fine. Just take a second in your quad stretch. Then we'll go into the other direction. You'll bring your knee forward, then you'll reverse the bicycle. So you'll reach it back, sweep it forward, bend it in, sweep it back. So push your knee back before you or as you reach the leg out to straight and in. And that should hopefully activate your hamstrings and your seat a little bit more, because you're keeping the bend of your knee, which is hamstrings, and you're really going into extension, which is seat. And I would say for this one, you can just relax your ankle and foot. If you have something you'd like to do with it, that's fine. But we don't want too much tension in your foot or your ankle, because that can create tension in your knee and your hip. Let's do 3 more here, then we'll take the hamstring stretch 1 more time. 2, and last 1, all the way through. Now take your quad stretch, you'll bend your knee in, you'll bring your leg back, then take your hand, if you can, grab your foot, do whatever you need to get there. As you find your quad stretch, you're pushing your right knee back. Think about bringing your left leg up towards your chest. Now we'll go into a leg kick or an arabesque. You'll reach your right leg out away from you. You'll turn your leg out. So inner thighs are rotating forward. Flex your right ankle, kick your leg up. Maintain, keep your external rotation, point your ankle lower down. Flex, lift, point 6 more times. And you're keeping your hips stacked and your spine long. So as you lift your leg up, you kind of have to think about reaching your tailbone back and your sit bones at the center of your seat apart. 4. Last 3. We're not doing a lot of movement in the hip, or the waist I should say. 2. Or hips, that's the same thing. Same thing, hips and waistline kind of are what are moving. The pelvis basically is what you're trying not to move too much. Last 1, bring it down. Let's actually lift the leg up. Hold it here. 1 more thing, it's a fan kick. Flex your ankle, bring your leg down out in front of you. Then lift it up. Take it down, lift it up 6 more times. It's basically a straight leg fire hydrant, so you could also do this with your knee bent. Please take that option if you need to. This is intense. It's a lot of work on your outer hip, your abductors. Last 3, then we pulse. Almost there. 2, and 1 more time, all the way through. Now bring it down, pulse it up. You're pulsing your leg, not your hips. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Nice job. Bend your right knee and let it go. Whew. Take a second, then turn into a tabletop. So you'll come onto your hands and your knees, and we'll keep going with your right leg. You're tucking your right toes under. You're lifting your left leg up. So the left leg's floating off the floor. Right toes tucked, like I said. You're pressing your hands down and forward. You're lifting your right leg and kicking the left leg up. You're coming back down. The right knee can either float or touch the floor. Either one is fine. Then lifting up. Now you have the option, you could float. Just float, right? You could also just kick the left leg. Wherever you are, it's a lot of work, a lot of power coming from your right outer hip and quads, front of the thigh. A lot of power coming through there, so it's a lot of work. It's a lot of effort. Let's do one more, all the way through. Lift it up, hold it here. Right leg is reaching. It does not have to be straight. Only get it as straight as you can. Left leg taps down. Sorry, Chucky. 7. We're working the right leg. So wherever you are, just make sure you're pushing into your right leg like crazy. Firing up the front of the thigh, outer and center seat. 4, 3, nice job. Last 2, and 1 more time. Lower yourself down. Find your tabletop. Good job. Then we'll find a kneeling lunge. So come up to your knees, step your right foot forward. And we did this last week, if you took that class. For your kneeling lunge, you want your back left toes tucked under. Your right knee is roughly over your ankle, I'll say. That's just kind of an estimate of where it is. And you want it about there so that you can push down into your right foot. You're pushing down, not forward, not pulling back. You also want your left knee about under your hip, mostly so that you can be in a neutral hip, not extension or flexion, so the knee isn't behind or in front of you. You want it right about underneath you. You're hinging your hips back. Pull your hips back. As you pull your hips back, you will feel like you're kind of pushing forward into your foot a little bit. That's okay. You'll then draw your hips forward, noticing that the shoulders come back upright. Now you have the option to either keep your back left knee down as you hinge, or you can lift your left leg up. I'll let you decide what feels best for you. You can also kind of do a combination of the two. So just kind of play around with it and see what you like. If your left leg is lifted, you'll bend your knee, bring your hips forward, lift yourself upright. 6 more times. Your arms reach back, your arms bend in. 5, and you're pushing still down into your foot, but you are maybe noticing a little bit of push-pull, really noticing outer hip, back in front of the thigh working. So it's a combination of all the muscle groups that we've already felt, all in one exercise. 2 more. Last one, all the way through. You're trying to find the deep pocket of your hip socket. Last one, find your hinge, hold it. Left knee can either be down or up. You'll stretch your right arm forward, left arm back, then switch your arms. 7, switch. Keep pushing down into your right foot, letting your thigh bones sink into the pelvis. 4, you're breathing, spine long. 2 more sets. Last set. Make sure you're even. 1 more set just for good measure. Let's bring both arms down. Lower yourself down into your kneeling lunge. Nice job. We're going into your left obliques from here. You'll bring your right leg back and you'll reach your left leg out to the side. So your right knee is under your hip, your left leg is out to the side. You're going into a side bend from here. Before we start the movement, what I will say is that you want to press into your left foot a lot. So for some people, that means having a slight bend to the knee. For some people, that means either being slightly more turned out or more parallel. Any of those are fine. Just make sure you're pushing into your left foot. Some people will kind of start setting up with the heel down, the toe up or something like that, and that's not what we're going for here. So you want your foot as flat as possible and you're pressing into it. You also have your hips squared. So instead of letting the left hip rotate open, which it will want to do, keep pushing your left hip forward. Okay, now for the side bend, you're opening your arms out to a T. You're lifting your left side up and over. For some people, the right fingertips will tap down. For others, they won't. It's okay either way. Just make sure that you're feeling the long stretch through your side and you're keeping your left hip pulled down and pushed forward. You'll then lift yourself all the way back up, shoulders over hips. 7 more times. Inhale over, exhale, lift. Remember, you're pushing into your left foot. That will help, 1, stabilize you, 2, connect you through the lateral line of the body, and 3, help you really fire up through the obliques that we're trying to fire. So the left side body is what we're going for. 3. Last 2. 1 more all the way through. Now you'll take it over, hold it here. Left arm, stay straight, pull it down to your hip. You inhale, reach, exhale, pull. Keep pressing into your left foot. You're also pressing your left hip forward slightly. 4, pull, 3, it's a lot of work through your side body. Do your best, keep your spine long. 1 more, all the way through. Reach your left arm overhead. Now bring your hands through prayer. Keep your hips towards the front. Rotate your chest towards the floor. It's not going to be a big rotation because you're not letting your hips twist. You're just doing a slight rotation of the upper body. Hands can either be in prayer or out to a T. You'll lift your chest up, lower, down. Lift, lower. You're still pressing into your left foot. 5, 4, and your right shin. So if you're feeling a lot of work in your right knee, try to distribute your weight into the shin a little bit. If you're one of the people that likes to have the toes tucked under, that's okay, as long as it's taking load out of the knee joint. 2, you could also put something under your knee. 1 more, lower, down. Hands come back into prayer. You bring it back to the side, we hold it. Hands can stay in prayer, or you can reach, it's up to you, or you can have your hands behind your head. Totally up to you, whatever you want to try. Press into your left foot, rotate your hip forward, open your chest towards the ceiling a little bit. 3, 2, 1, nice job. Come all the way up. You're basically just coming all the way down onto your right side from here. So you'll lay down on your side and extend your legs straight out. Now you'll lower your head down. You're starting with your head resting on your bottom right arm, and you want your left hand down in front of you. Your legs are reaching straight. You have 2 options. You can either lift your legs up, lift just the top leg, or have both legs down. I'll try it with just the top leg lifted, see how it feels, and then go from there. You'll press into your left hand. You'll lift your side body up. If your left leg is lifted, bring it down. As you lift yourself up, you'll bring your right hand in underneath your shoulder. So however high you lift up, it might be like just a couple inches, if that. You'll just bring your right arm down to help you stay supported in that position for a moment. You'll then lower your side body down, lifting your left leg, both legs, or neither legs up. I'll try with both legs this time. So you'll press into your left hand, you'll lift up, right elbow comes in, you'll lower yourself down and reach the right arm out. 6 more times. Lift, lower. If you've never done something like this before, it is a lot of work in the left shoulder and arm. So just know that if it feels a little awkward, if your range of motion feels very small, that's okay. Just keep working on it and it will start to integrate and get a little bit bigger. 2 more times. One more time, all the way through. Yes, lower down, hold it here. If your legs are not already lifted, lift your legs up. Now your bottom right leg lowers down, lifts up. There are squirrels running around like crazy, so Chucky's having lots of fun. 6 more times, just the bottom right leg. You're trying to isolate and lift from the top of your thigh, so not just your foot, the thigh. And you're also staying parallel, so heels and toes come together. 2, one more time. Now lift and hold it, both legs come down and up. You're still feeling a lot of work through your left side, but now also hopefully the right inner thighs are firing. 4, 3, last 2, and one more time, all the way through. Lift and hold it, hold it, hold it. Almost done. You have 5, 4, stay long. Squeeze the tops of the thighs and try to lift a little higher. 2 and 1, let it go. You are already set up or almost set up for your left leg. So all you'll do from here is scoot your hips back a little bit, pull your knees up to your chest, and make sure your feet are forward so we can go into your left side single leg work. We're starting your left side single leg work with your bicycle again. You'll lift your left leg up to about hip height. We're pedaling forward. So you'll reach your left leg out, sweep it back, try to keep your knee behind your hip, bend your knee and bring your heel to your seat. You'll keep your knee bent, bring your leg up and forward. You reach it out. Sweep it back, try to keep your knee behind you, bend it in, then pull your leg forward 6 more times, reach it out. Sweep it back, bend it in, pull it forward. And you also could think about the bottom right leg as being active, doing the opposite of whatever the top left leg is doing. So as your left leg's going back, your right leg is coming up and forward. 3 more times, then we'll take that quad stretch. You're trying to stay as parallel as you can here. So really pushing back through the bottom of the foot rather than like the outer or inner edge. One more time. Then you'll bend your leg in. You'll push your leg back. We'll take your quad stretch. So you'll take your left hand however you need to get there. Grab your left foot. Think opposition. Your left knee's reaching away and back. Your right leg is reaching away and forward. Also kind of left leg down, right leg up, if that helps. All right, now other side. You'll bring your left leg back forward. Now your knee pushes back. Reach your leg out away from you. You're stretching the knee back as the foot reaches away. Then sweep it forward, bend it in, knee back, press through the knee to reach the foot, sweep it forward 6 more times. You're trying to get the toes as far away from the hip as you can. 5. And you're also, while you're doing that, trying to feel the center of your butt cheek fire. So if it helps to kind of think about moving something under the arch of your foot, like you're cupping and holding on to a tennis ball the whole time there. I wouldn't actually say to do that, but like imagine that you're doing that, and you might notice a little bit more activation and stimulation behind the thigh and the hamstrings and in your center seat, the glute maximus. Let's do one more all the way through. Then bend your knee in, bring it back, take your quad stretch. Grab your foot, however you need to get there is fine. Think left knee down, back, right knee up, forward. And then we'll go into your turned out arabesque kick. You'll reach your left leg out away from you, turn your leg out, rotate the thigh bone, the left inner thighs rotate forward. That might also mean softening your knee a little bit. Flex your ankle, lift your leg up. Think about pushing through the heel. Then point your ankle, you're holding that tennis ball again under the arch of your foot, pull down. Flex, lift, point, lower. And not a lot of movement in the pelvis if you can. You'll notice a lot of like up, down, of the rib cage as well if that's happening. So that's part of the goal, is to limit the range of motion of the leg, so you're also taking movement out of the rest of the body. 3 more times. Spine stays long. Last 2 and 1 more, all the way through. Let's lift, hold it here, fan kick you lower down. Lift. This is a fire hydrant, so if you need to bend your knee, go for it. Either way, it is a lot of work, a lot of challenge on your outer hip, your glute medius. 5. We pulse in 4. Chucky has my shoe now. 3. And who knows where he'll put it. Last 1. Bring your leg down, little pulses, lift it up. 7. You can do it. Almost there. You have 4. And it's the outer pinky edge. 2, 1, and done. Whew, bring it in, lower down. Nice job. Find your tabletop. Turn onto hands and knees. And now we have that like double leg kick kind of thing. Oh, he took both of my shoes over there. Oh my goodness. He is a silly, silly dog. Tuck your left toes under, float your right knee up. Your left leg is lifting. So you can either float the knee, you can lift it all the way straight, you can keep it down on the ground and just kind of go into the pushing and imagining that the leg is lifted. So whatever happens, whatever you need to do is all fine. Just make sure you're feeling a lot of push and power through the left leg. Wherever the left leg gets to, the right leg reaches up or out. So you could be, I think just hovering is actually probably the hardest option. So don't take that option lightly if you're not lifting up very high. That's a lot of work. Either way, you come back down, fold at the hip and knee. I'm also gonna adjust my hands forward a little bit. Right leg comes in as you lower down. You'll lift and kick, bend and lower. Lift, kick, bend, lower. You're pushing forward through the hands. Again, folding at the hip and the knee. 4. You will feel a lot of front of the thigh. 2. And a lot of arms and back. Reach and hold it. Right leg comes down, up. Your left leg can be bent or straight. It can also be, like I said, all the way down. 4 more times. Keep pushing forward through your hands. Keep your shoulder blades together. 2 and 1 more. Lift the right leg, then lower everything down. Ooh, nice job. Bring it up. Left leg comes forward. That one is a lot of work. So just take a moment, acknowledge you're out of air. Right toes tuck under. Left knee roughly over your ankle. You're pushing down into your foot. You hinge, fold at the hips, drop back. Another thing I'll say about that is that you're coming straight back. The hips will want to go side to side. Try to pull straight back. That will also activate the outer hip. As you reach your hips back, the right leg can either be down or it can be up. It can be also kind of halfway in between, or you can do some of each. Bring yourself down, hips forward, shoulders upright. Your arms reach back and pull in. 6 more times. Keep pushing down into your left foot, but you'll also notice a little bit forward as you hinge, a little back as you lower. Forward, back. You'll feel front and back of the thigh, outer hip, like I said, especially if you're not letting yourself go side to side. Also feel center seat. 2 and 1 more, all the way through. Now find your hinge, stay here. Left arm forward, right arm back. Switch, switch. Keep pressing into your heel and your toes. 5 more sets. Almost there. 4, 3, find the deep pocket of your hip socket. Let the thigh bone draw in and down. And 1 more set. Make sure you're even. Arms reach down. Lower yourself down. Ha! You are done with the left leg work. You'll bring your left leg back. We'll go into your right obliques, your side bend. Your right leg reaches out to the side. As I said on the first side, you really want to push into your right foot. So whatever that means in terms of the rotation of your leg, whether it's bent or straight, that's fine. Just push into your foot as flat as you can. Also, keep your hips squared, which means for most of us, kind of feeling like you're pushing the right hip forward a little bit because it'll want to fall back. So just by feeling like you're pushing it forward, you're actually keeping it in alignment, which is where you want it so that you can feel this in your obliques, not the hip. We want to feel a little above the hip for the work that we're going into. Your arms are reaching out to a T. You'll side bend. The right arm lifts up and over. You want the stretch to be under the shoulder, down your side body to just under the ribs, maybe to the hip a little bit, but mostly to under the ribs. Keep pushing into your foot. Lift yourself, using those same muscles you were just stretching all the way up. 7 more times. Inhale, over, exhale, lift. 5. If you are feeling a lot of work in your hip, notice if you are letting the hip fall back or if you're maybe not pushing into the foot quite enough. 4 more times. 3, especially as you bend over to the side, that's when you'll want to make sure you're pushing into your foot. So at your furthest point, if you're not pushing into your foot very hard, you probably went a little too far over to the side. So limit your range of motion. Last 2. And 1 more all the way through. You'll take your side bend, stay there. Your right arm pulls down to your hip. Inhale, reaches, exhale, pull. 6. Bend your right knee if you need to. 4. Keep pressing your hip forward and your foot down. 3. You have 2. And 1. Reach your right arm overhead. Your hands come to prayer. You twist your upper body, but keep your hips squared. So keep your right hip open, foot pushing down, but your shoulder kind of wraps around. So it's not going to be very much. Your hands can either stay in prayer or open to a T. You lift, lower. You want the movement to be coming from above the pelvis. So from the bottom of the ribs to the top of the head, that's what's moving. And you'll feel the work maybe a little bit more at the back, obliques still, but maybe a little more now in the QLs on either side of the, or on mostly the right side of the spine, but they are on either side. 2, you're pressing into the left shin. Last 1. Hands come back to prayer. Rotate to the side. You can keep your hands in prayer or open, hold it. Press into your right foot, stay long, almost there. You have 3, 2, 1, done. Lift all the way up. Relax your arms, bring your right leg in. Actually, you can keep your right leg out. You're just coming all the way down to the side. So left leg will reach out to match the right one. You're all the way down on your left side. Your right hand is pressing down in front of you. You can have your legs down, just the top right leg, or both legs up. Either way is fine. Your legs are up as your shoulders are down if you're taking that option. So it's kind of like a seesaw if you are starting with your legs up. Push into your right hand. Lift your side body up. As you do this, your legs will come down if they were lifted, and you'll pull your left elbow in underneath you. However far in is fine. It's just helping you to stay up for a moment. You'll then lower yourself back down, reaching your left arm away, lifting one or both legs if you want to, if you can, if that feels right. You'll keep going. You lift up, lower, down. Stay on your side. We're not rocking open or rocking forward. Either one will want to happen. So if you are noticing a lot of that, make it smaller. 3, 2, 1 more time, and release it down. Your legs now lift up if they haven't already. Your bottom left leg comes down, lifts. 7, lift from the top of the thigh. Bring your toes and your heels together. 4, 3, 2, keep your hips pushing forward a little bit. Last 1, lift and hold it now, both legs, down, up. 7, 6, inner thighs rotated in parallel. 4, 3, it's very small. 2 and 1, hold it, stay on your side, press your hips forward, lift your bottom thigh up so the tops of the thighs are squeezing, reach straighter, lift higher if you can. 3, 2, 1, let it go. Turn onto your back, please. And we'll go into a little bit more work just to finish it all off, tie it all together. For this last piece of work, you're starting with your legs up in a tabletop. That's bend into 90, hands behind your head. You'll curl your head, neck, and shoulders, reach your legs up. If the legs don't get all the way straight, that's fine. Depending on the tightness of your hamstrings, hips, low back, they might not feel great if they reach all the way up, or they might reach away from you. You want your knees to stay over the hips about. Bend your knees, lower down. You reach 7, 6, 5 more times. 4, 3, 2, and 1. More all the way through. Now reach and hold it. Your legs open about mat width apart, maybe a little bit wider is fine. Squeeze together. You open, squeeze. As you squeeze your legs together, try to lift your hips up a little bit. 5, so you scoop and lift. 3, 2, 1 more, squeeze it in. Now bend your knees, lower down. We'll go into a snow angel. You'll reach your legs out away from you, apart, slightly wider than the mat, lowered down to about 60 to 45 degrees. Not too low, but also not up above the hips, so a little bit lower than that. I'll give you an option in a moment if this doesn't feel right for you. Arms are opened out to a T to start. You'll squeeze your arms and legs in. Nod your chin to your chest, lift up. If your knees need to bend in, that's totally fine. You'll then lower yourself down, legs open, arms open. If that straight leg doesn't work for you at the beginning, you can start in kind of a happy baby with your knees bent, and then you'll reach your legs out to straight as you squeeze together, and then you might have to again bend your knees in at the top, so that's up to you if you want to take that option. It's kind of like a froggy, if you're used to that on the reformer feet and strap, so that's kind of a nice reference if you're used to that exercise in Pilates. 6 more times wherever you are. You're externally rotated, so heels together, toes apart, inner thighs rotated up. Think about reaching your fingers past your toes, so your arms and your legs are coming to parallel, or like a parallel line with one another, and you're scooping your pelvis under, stabilizing your pelvis the whole time, and closing the front ribs. Open. A little bit faster for the last 5, I won't stop us. And open 4 more times. 3, 2, you have 1 more. We hold it at the top. Hold it. Reach the arms, open the chest, scoop the pelvis. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your feet down, let it go. Just a few more things. We'll go into some tricep dips. So you have your hands behind you, your knees are bent, fingers can point any direction. Some people like the hands on the outside edges of the mat with the fingers turned out, so that's great if that's better for your wrists and your shoulders. Or you can have your fingers a little more forward. Either way, think about chest expansion. Roll your shoulders open. Float the pelvis up. Your hips will kind of come up and forward, so you are a little bit rounded in your back. You'll bend your elbows. Try to point your elbows back, then press up. Focus on the push up to straight. If you tend to lock the elbows, you're not coming into a locked elbow. You more want to feel like you're pushing into the outer edges of your palms, so you're not just dumping into the wrists or the shoulders. So really get that openness and drawing down of the shoulders. Let's do 7 more. Down, up, 6, push. Press into the hands, That will also take load out of your wrists. 4, 3, 2, one more press and hold it. Now your hips lift. As your hips lift, draw your chin and ribs down. So you're not arching up, you're pulling down and pushing the hips up. Hips come down. Keep the shoulders open as much as you can. 7, 6, 5. You're still pushing down through the hands, firing through the triceps, the backs and sides of the arms. 3, 2. Good. You have one more piece from here. Lower your hips down. Let's just shake out the wrist for a second. The last thing we'll do is a continuation of that last exercise. So if this next thing doesn't work for you, keep doing what you were just doing, hips coming up and down with the arms straight. That will help you get the work through the shoulders, the triceps that you need to do what's coming next. Also, for some people, this next exercise, depending on how long the arms are in proportion to the torso, you might need to have weights or something under your hands to kind of give you a little more lift. But more than that, I find for people, it is the shoulders and the triceps needing to properly activate, which gives you more length and space. So if this next exercise doesn't work for you, know that it might be partially just alignment. It also might just be practicing. So try it, see how it feels, see how it goes. You'll start like the last exercise, pressing into your arms, rolling the shoulders open, lifting your hips up. Now we kind of go into a tendon stretch. So you'll push into your feet, really push your feet forward. Draw your hips back. You'll bring your hips between your hands. So you will need your hands outside the hips. You'll then pull your feet back, lift your hips up and forward back to where you started. 7 more times. You push your feet forward, you pull your feet back. You'll also notice I'm drawing the toes back, then pushing the toes down. The toes peel back, then press down. So there's a nice articulation through the feet that happens. Last 3. Chin to chest, chin to chest. 2. Last 1, all the way through. You'll hold it back, hold it. Kind of like a reverse pike. Hold 5, hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Nice job. You are done. Let's take a stretch forward, releasing the wrist, releasing the shoulders, releasing the neck. Take 2 breaths. One more. When you're ready, bring yourselves up to seated. Find any comfortable position and roll your shoulders back. Roll forward. 2 times, lift your shoulders up to your ears. Drop down 1 more. Drop, circle your head. Reverse directions. Bring it back to center. Inhale, open your arms, reach and stretch up. Exhale, bend your elbows wide, press your arms back, release all the way down. Take a moment, thank yourself for showing up today mentally and physically. Sometimes that is the hardest part, but always, always the most important. Thank you for showing up. I will see you next time.